9 students were also injured in the gunfire. Students are set to resume classes next week, but healing after this tragedy is going to be a long process.
Yeah, there is some news tonight. The mayor's going to order up a full review, and some cameras are going to connect. Dan's got it all. As you remember, the gunman was found dead in the storage unit in New Hampshire after killing a former classmate up in Boston. Well, back on campus, Brown has since upgraded safety measures. Here's Dan out there, continuing our Team 10 coverage. Dan?
Yeah, Gene and Emily, I'm joined by Colonel Oscar Perez, obviously. And Colonel, thanks for your time. I know you're a very busy guy. I want to pick up on what Gene was just saying about this real-time reporting. I'm not exactly sure if that's what you call it, but the mayor was talking about it right now, where when universities have issues, you guys are all kind of collaborative. What is that, and how does that change response?
So it's just a new initiative that we have at the police station. Is a real-time crime center. And so what that allow us to do is just to pull feed from different businesses, obviously colleges. And so we're in the process and open conversations with different colleges throughout the city who are willing now to sign up to the program.
Right, and the mayor said earlier today that he expects them to everyone to sign up in light of what happened here behind us.
That's correct. There's this urgency now, and that's what we're looking for, just collaboration so that we can keep the city safe.
Right. Colonel, the mayor looked back at some of the things that perhaps the city could have done differently. Have you had a chance to look back, and have you come away with any takeaways of perhaps things you could have done differently, the department could have done differently, or do you stand by the fact that your men were here first and really kind of handled it well?
You know, over the past month, I'll tell you that we have been the city has been healing because of this horrific tragedy. But obviously, we looked at everything else that we did on that specific night, especially the first response was overwhelming. I like to say that we had a good problem, which was the resources that we received was in media. And so we're just looking to see how we can organize that in the sense of, like, we had tactical teams coming from the different municipalities. We have officers from other cities deploying themselves, and obviously all the federal agencies. So some things of that nature, but I'll tell you that there was no major disruption. I'm proud of the work that the officers did, obviously, and I kept saying it. But obviously, it's just there's a lot of things. We had an after action. We're speaking about that and figuring out what we can do better.
There was a lot of pressure nationwide on this department because your face was out there along with the other ones. And then, the longer it took place, there was questions about collaboration with you and the FBI. You have told me that you and the FBI and all the agencies stood together even when it was frustrating.
Yeah, absolutely. I know it's like anything else. When a major call like this comes in, we're all responding, and it takes a few hours to get everything settled, and we did. And obviously, the Providence Police Department became the lead department taking the investigation, and so it was collaboration between the different agencies. Who was going to investigate what kind of, who was going to check our financial records, who was going to follow up on different leads, setting up a tip center. But no, there was no issues. I think that I was extremely impressed, and I actually spoke to the SAC in Boston, and he told me the same thing. This was a very different, complex investigation, and I know that we were criticized as far as how much info we could give. As we all know now, this individual was actually watching the news, and so we were extremely careful as far as what came out and what we said, just to ensure that we could locate him. So.
I want to ask you some tough questions because some people kind of dance around this question. When you look at it as a police officer in this city, do you have any takeaways that Brown's police or Brown as a university could have done better in responding or preventing this?
I'll tell you, this is not a blaming incident. I'm not here to point fingers at anybody. I think that we all collaborated. This was horrific. This was a tragedy. I never thought that Providence was going to face something like this. I've been through plenty of trainings throughout this nation, and it's always, we always ask the question that it's not if, it's when any happened to us. So I think that, we're making sure now, obviously, in open conversations with Brown as far as what else we can do to ensure that, I know the students are coming back next week. And so we are present.
What does that look like? Are you going to be adding patrols yourself as well?
Correct, yeah. We're in the process of actually, we just spoke to them. I know that on that day, we're going to increase our presence, but just for the past month or so, we have been present here. We have been vigilant. We have been dedicated to the safety of the campus community.
Because you can see it. I talked to some students just a little while ago that came over here, and they say they're nervous. There's a sense of nervousness because they've watched it from afar. whether there's international students or local students, and now they're here, and it's like it hits home. I know that Brown, from what I see, and I'll show our viewers at 6 o'clock, they've been adding some cameras, and that was kind of the subject of debate too. Are you willing to say whether or not there were enough, or were there cameras in the building where this actually happened, or is that part of the investigation?
Yes, we all know we didn't have much video, but they were in the process, from what I heard, of updating the camera systems in the college. And so at this point, yeah, we're just looking to improve on that, but the collaboration will continue. And I mean, to your statement as far as the concern of the students, if I was a parent, I'd be concerned as well. But I want to make sure and reassure them that the 462 men and women of the police department is here and dedicated to the safety of the college campus community as well as the city. So we'll continue. We're invested just as much as every other community member. And so we'll be here, we'll be present, we'll be vigilant, and we'll be dedicated to the safety of them as well as the city. All
right. I know that you are off along with the mayor to the State House, where you'll be recognized in the State of the State tonight. So congratulations on that, and I appreciate your time.
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah,
Dan.
always
Thank
good
you.
to see you. I appreciate it. So
Thank
Colonel Oscar Perez joining us live here. He will be recognized along with the mayor at the State of the State, which will carry live at 7 o'clock. Coming up at 6 o'clock, I take a tour around the university, and there are some more cameras being added. Gene, Emily?